All right, I'm going to talk to you today about things that I know that you've been working on. All right, you've been working on this stuff since we talked about it the last time. That's getting your horn in tune, right? You've been doing your long tones, you've been doing your matching tones. You've learned to tune with your ears instead of your eyes. So, in other words, you've got a source of sound that you can tune to. Like we talked about playing the drones, we talked about getting a keyboard and just hitting the sustain pedal and banging a note and tuning to that, right? Today, I'm going to talk to those of you who have stepped out of the shed and are playing with other people and finding that while you may be in tune in your practice room, you're out of tune when you go out to play with other people, okay? I'm going to give you four things you can do today, right now, at the end of this video, to fix that, okay? My name is Dave. I teach people how to play the saxophone, all right? Number one, here's the number one big problem is that you don't perform. No, I'm saying this backwards. You don't shed in the way that you perform, all right? You have a practice room voice and you have a performance voice. All right, think about that. How many hours do you spend in the shed? All right. Tell the truth. Far more though than the hours that you're going to spend actually playing. All right. I watched a video interview today of Tom Brady, ex-quarterback with the Patriots, and he said something that you'll resonate with. All right, Patriots fans or not, he said that even in the off-season practice, they pretended that they were in the Super Bowl. It wasn't just, hey, it's just practice. It was like, this is the Super Bowl. We're down 28 points and we got to make this count. And that's how they did it. They got their muscle memory, their mindset, all that involved. All right. Lose the practice voice. Okay. Lose the practice voice. Even if you're just doing scales and arpeggios, practice them as if you were on stage at Carnegie Hall. All right. It's if you had an audience. Practice with that big, beautiful voice. Now, if you gig standing up, you better practice standing up too. Don't shed sitting in a chair if you're going to go to the neighborhood jam this Saturday and you're going to have to be standing. Different dynamic. It's going to change how you hold a horn, your embouchure, and your air. All right. Now, if you have to drill quietly out of respect to your elders, all right, here, put a towel in it. All right, this will change things. Check it out. Check it out right here. Let me put a towel in it. All right, just put a pair of socks, whatever you got. Get it? That muffled that just enough so that you're not going to be offensive to those who might find you or people who are sleeping or whatever. Right? I got it. Two. Here's the second thing. Not enough time gigging to grow your sense of relative pitch. What do I mean by relative pitch? Well, intonation basically is an act of being in tune, in sync with somebody else. I mean, as long as you're both out of tune, it won't sound like you're out of tune. But if one of you is out of tune, whoa, problems, okay? This takes practice. This takes time in the trenches, all right? The thing you can do today, the minute we sign off today, you can get a real book, get your real book out. Learn a real book thing and play along with the YouTube track. Play along with the track. Now you can do this because you're busy. You got stuff to do. You got your oil to change, your kids to drop off at the school or whatever. Right? You've got things to do. You don't have all day to practice. So you can work this out and make this happen on your schedule, but do it, okay? What I'm working on is the work song, Cannonball Adderley. I still have the towel and the bell, right? I'm also doing Stolen Moments, and I'm following along with the Phil Woods version. Now you notice they're both at different ends of the horn, which is why I picked them. But I'm also doing take 5. I just played that for you too. You can start that right now. Record yourself, listen back, and learn, okay? You're going to hear yourself out of tune on notes that you probably didn't know you were out of tune on, right? Process is the air column, air support, all important. Air support is all important, and you're going to have to learn to lip up and lip down, not chewing on the mouthpiece, but lipping up and lipping down, which is relaxing your embouchure or subtly, is that how you say that word? Subtly tightening your embouchure. A little bit, all right? Even better than playing along to a track. Backing track's no good. You got to play along with someone who's also playing the head. You got to match them, all right? Even better than that is having a practice buddy, all right? A practice pal who's playing the same species would be very cool. A couple of alto saxes, but it doesn't matter. It could be any sax. Work out with your practice buddy. The same idea. Both of you play the head. I'm not talking one of you playing, like say if you get a guitar practice pal or piano practice pal, they're not playing a backing series. They're going to play the head with you, okay? So that you can match tone. That's it. Because being in tune with somebody in the mix means making infinitesimally quick adjustments so that you can be in tune, all right? All right, number 3, and you can do this anytime. You can start this, in fact, right now. Warm up before the gig. I can't tell you how many horn players come into the jam that I run every Wednesday night here in town. You got a standing invitation if you're ever in my neck of the woods. They open the horn up, they crack the case, put the horn together, put it on the stand, and then they go drink beer. Right? And then when they're called up to play, well, the horn's not necessarily warm. All right, so you want to go through a nice warm-up. Go outside if you have to. Sit outside, sit in front. I mean, I know it's almost impossible to warm up at a jam in a moving situation like that where you can't do that. But you can go outside and do that. You can sit in your car and do that. It's important. The brass got to be warm. Lacking that, look, just take this off. All right, it's all about the buzzer and the neck anyway. And just blow air through it. You can do that without making sound. A warm neck is a happy neck, okay? All right, while we're on the subject, step 4, make sure the reed and the buzzer love each other, okay? Now, I know there's a lot of literature, reading a lot of stuff. We're seeing a lot of things on YouTube daily about you need to step up to a stiffer reed, blah, 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 blah. Don't play a reed that's stiffer than you can actually play because that's gonna junk up your intonation, all right? Play a reed you're comfortable with. Comfortable. It's got to love your piece, all right? If you're playing a 5, I play a Meyer 5 and I'm using a 2.5 reed. Whatever, I put back to cane reeds, but you don't have to, all right? Don't work with a stiffer reed than you can play. It's going to bust your tuning, all right? All right. Now, the above 4 items are all under your control. You can punch out right now, and you can go start doing those things, okay? Most important of which I think is woodshedding in the same tone that you would use if you were playing on a stage, okay? All right, you gotta do that. That's key, right? Just get in the mindset and, I still have the towel in here so you can hear this. By the way, the towel in the bell also helps you develop your projection because you want to make this sound beautiful at all times and in tune. So with a towel in there, that's an impediment to all that you have to work around. You open up your throat. Think about that. That's not what this lesson is about. A lot of things that you can go look up and study, and you can perfect on your own time. I won't suck up your time today with that. But there are items that you will, and you have encountered, by the way, if you have been playing out, and they're not in your control. And one is the room acoustics, all right? You go play in an empty church, and you sound like you're 12 feet tall, right? You sound like the voice of Zeus has come down and inhabited your saxophone, right? Not the same if you go to a crowded coffee shop and you gotta play with your homies in a crowded coffee shop, just packed with people. They're all talking. There's body heat. There's coffee maker heat. Everything is going on in there that works against your sound. Okay. The weather, hot and humid, cold and dry. Those affect those the elements affect your ability to play in tune. Indoor gig, outdoor gig, again, night and day difference in being able to be in tune or not be in tune. We just played outdoors. My quartet played it out. We played it outdoors at the train station in Del Mar on Sunday, and beautiful day, but windy, and again, it was hot and very humid. So our intonation, it kept changing through the gig. All right. Outside gigs can be that's a whole new chapter right there. And then finally, we'll talk about stage volume. All right. I've been playing on stages with loud amplifiers and drummers, guitar, bass, and drums since I was 11 years old. Stage volume can mess you up, and here's how. All right. You get up, say, at the Blues Jam Saturday night, and you know the guys are loud. Everybody's got their guitar set on 11, and that means the drummer's got to kick even harder. And chances are your place is like right in front of the drum set. So you're playing and you're an acoustic instrument, and they might even give you a microphone if they like you. But either way, what you hear, you're going to try to play as loud as the electric instruments. You're going to try to be as loud as those, whoever they are. You're going to try to match their level with your horn, and that ain't going to work. What happens when you blow super loud? You go flat. Right? Yeah, there's no other way around it. It also gums up your fingers. You know, when you're blowing hard, you squeeze the horn and all that. So listen, if that's your situation, and I learned this over years of being in that situation, if you find yourself there as well, ear protection is a beautiful thing, right? But you want to tune sharp. All right, just tune a little bit sharp so that when you give it the full bravado, you know, and drop, the pitch drops, because, you know, and try it out. Use your tuner. Just blow the heck out of a note and watch the pitch drop. Watch yourself go flat. That's the trick. Tune a little bit sharp. All right. If you have any questions, you know, or comments, you know, I'll put my email in the description below, and you can reach out to me. Happy to entertain all comments. I'd love to hear from you and what your processes are, because that's how we all learn. All right. So glad you're here. Be good to one another. Play, have fun, enjoy, and try all of these things out today. You will find that your intonation will improve exponentially. All right. Take care.